This is the Windy City Nitty Gritty. What's up, everybody? So, this episode, I want to talk about the WWE and talk about their Universal Champion, the Fiend Bray Wyatt. So, we know he's the current Universal Champion, and he's currently on SmackDown Live. Now, just read recently where they're talking about having Roman Reigns being the one to defeat Bray Wyatt for the championship at WrestleMania. But honestly, I think they're going in the wrong direction. I know they want Roman to be their top face and their go-to guy, but they are really making a mistake here to me. And the person that I truly believe that should be the one to defeat Bray Wyatt for the championship should be Finn Balor. The reason I say that is because we all remember at SummerSlam where Bray Wyatt easily defeated Finn Balor. Now, given the situation, this would be the perfect time for them to have kept Finn Balor as part of the Raw and SmackDown rosters, and they could have built up to a showdown between them at WrestleMania. We could have had the Fiend versus the Demon. Now, WWE still has a chance at making this happen, via the Royal Rumble. Now, this year's Royal Rumble for the men is supposed to consist of 10 wrestlers from Raw, 10 from SmackDown, and 10 wrestlers from NXT. And here's hoping that Finn Balor is one of those 10 from NXT, and hopefully he wins this Royal Rumble and can go on to WrestleMania and challenge Bray Wyatt for the championship and defeat him for the championship at Mania. So I'm not sure what their reason or idea was for sending Finn Balor to NXT, but hopefully this builds up to where he can leave NXT and come back to SmackDown and, pursue Bray Wyatt for the championship. So here's hoping that they can do some type of storyline as to, the real reason that Finn Balor came to NXT. They could have where, someone says Finn Balor came to NXT because he's scared of Bray Wyatt. He fears the Fiend. And that could just stir up something in Finn Balor to want to come back to SmackDown and confront the Fiend and show that he's not afraid of him. But all the while, the Fiend is still getting the upper hand, which provokes Finn Balor to turn back into the Demon. Kind of like how you push Bruce Banner's buttons and he turns into the Hulk. This is the same way Finn Balor should be when it comes to him bringing back the Demon in this case. So, like I said, I'm hoping with the Royal Rumble they can steer that ship and that storyline straight. And again, I would go with Finn Balor as the winner of this year's upcoming Royal Rumble. And again, that way that can lead to him, going around and surprising each champion on each show. And then, maybe a couple weeks or maybe even a month before the pay-per-view, just leave everybody on the edge of their seat as to who he's going to face, and maybe wait till, I would say, maybe that week or two before Mania, and then make his decision as to who he's going to fight, and, just let it lead up to the Fiend versus the Demon at WrestleMania, and Finn Balor get his redemption and defeat Bray Wyatt for the Universal Championship. So that's my opinion on that. As well as with certain WWE championships, I think there are a couple of those titles that should float between all three shows, SmackDown, Raw, and NXT. Now we already see the women's tag team championships going between all three shows. Now another couple of championships that can go between all three shows will be the 24/7 championship. Now, seems like they made it exclusively just for Raw, but it was pretty cool seeing the 24 championship popping up on the different shows. So instead of just having it just for Raw, let's have it go around to NXT, go to SmackDown. Just the different variety of wrestlers that were winning the championship, from R-Truth, from Drake Maverick winning the championship to seeing Carmella and Tamina winning the 24/7 championship. Or even have it go down to NXT, where you see various wrestlers down there winning the championship, the 24/7 championship, such as, Matt Riddle, or, any other NXT wrestler that happens to run across R-Truth and decide to roll him up for a pin or make him submit to win the championship. So it would be cool to see the 24/7 championship going around on all three shows, as well as the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. Now, given that the Cruiserweight Championship is just on NXT, you do have to look at each roster and see that you got various wrestlers from 205 Live spread out amongst the three rosters. So the Cruiserweight Championship is another championship that should and could float between the three shows, to give that variety and give that versatility. If you remember, with the old WCW, the Cruiserweight division was one of the main attractions for Monday Nitro. And, here it is with all three shows, given the different cruiserweights that you have on the shows. Those could be main matches as well, to draw folks' interest. And especially if you had the Cruiserweight Championship being defended on each one of the shows instead of just NXT. So again, we already have the Women's Championship floating around, but it would be nice to see the 24/7 Championship going between all three shows, as well as the NXT Cruiserweight Championship being defended between all three shows as well. Alright, so that's all I have to say about the WWE on this episode of the Windy City Nitty Gritty. And again, don't forget to subscribe to our Facebook page. God bless you guys, and take care.